Hi, I'm Helen from Sportswear Chatter, here with another legging video. This one has a back waistband zip pocket and once again is available in Clo Connect with a link down below. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you find it useful. It helps more people find us. So we're using the panel legging pattern that we used previously. Let's change the fabric to give the legging some detail. I'm going to use two fabrics, so I use the plus sign in the object browser to add another fabric. Highlight the first fabric and press on the three dots and select Import. Now we can select any fabrics we have saved. There are some Clo 3D pre-saves, but I've also saved some from the Performance Days Fabric Fair website. Now I'm going to drag the other fabric into the side panels and also into the waistband. Onto the waistband lining as well, as in real life it's good practice to have the same fabric so you have the same stretch and properties. As you drag it across you can see the fabric changing in the 3D window. I'm going to change the colour, so I select the fabric, scroll down on the property editor, press on the colour and a pop-up menu appears. There you can select your colour either in the palette or in the selector and then apply and close. Let's start on the pocket now. We'll get the pattern pieces on view in 3D and 2D windows. We want to create an internal rectangle for where the zip opening will be. Our back waistband and lining are currently linked. I'll show you what happens if you don't unlock them, just in case you have this problem. Select Internal Rectangle, which is the box with the inner box on the button, and then click and drag on your back waistband panel. So you can see it creates two rectangles, which we don't want. So delete, go back and unlink the pieces by right-click and picking Removed Linked Editing. You can do this on either of the pieces. Now, when we click on each piece, the other one is not highlighted. Go back to the Internal Rectangle tool and click and drag again. Now I want the opening to be 1 centimetre in depth, so shortcut Z to edit the pattern. Right-click on the side piece and then the text box will appear where you can type in 10 millimetres. Before you click on OK, you can always check that the line is being shortened at the point you are happy with. Also right-click on the other side and reduce that to 10 millimetres and make sure it's shortening on the same side, so you end up with a straight rectangle. Then shortcut A, transform pattern, position it on the back of your waistband in the desired location. Right click and select Cut. Now you can see another rectangle under the opening. We don't need this, so delete. We're going to add the zipper now. Select the zipper button in the 3D window, not the Edit Zipper tool which has the small triangle on the button, the other one. Click where you want the zipper to start and then trace along the line and double click to finish. Next do the other side, click to start, trace along the line and double click to finish. You can press the spacebar to simulate. Let's zoom in and modify the zip pull and tape. Remember, you can change your zoom and pan shortcuts in your user settings. Select the puller and then in the property editor you can see slider, puller, stopper with an open sign next to it. Click on that and select either the Clo 3D pre-saves or any others that you've saved. Once again, I've saved some from the Performance Days website. I will include that website address below. You can change the colour too. It is lower down on the property editor. Select your colour. Then I would recommend copying that colour information before applying and saving. You then have the colour details for the rest of the zip components. If you scroll down in the property editor again, you can find the teeth and the tape where you can change the colour using that saved information. Now you could leave it there, but I like to try and create garments as close to reality as possible so they are helpful in real workflows. So we need a pocket bag. Select rectangle under the polygon tool and click and drag across using the back waistband panel as a guide. Next, shortcut A and move the panel to the side. Right click, copy and paste for the other side of the pocket bag. This second piece will be sewn onto the lower zip opening, so we need to reduce the depth, so when we sew the two pocket bags together they're neat and flat. Shortcut Z, right click on the side and type in the length of the pocket bag minus the pocket opening depth. This has amended both sides. I want the pocket bags to be made in a lightweight mesh, so let's add another fabric in the object browser. Click on the three dots and import your chosen fabric. Drag across onto the two new rectangle pocket pattern pieces. To help when stitching, you need to add points that match up with your zip opening, as your pocket bag is longer than your zip length. Hover over the zip pocket opening and note down the length. Do the same for the pocket bag. Here's the maths part. Take the pocket opening length away from the pocket bag length and divide by 2. This will give you where you need to add your point. So shortcut X to add the point. Hover over the top line and right click, which will bring up your measurement box. And you can add your calculations in. Do this on the other side and also on the other pocket piece. Next, select segment sewing and attach the pocket bag to the top edge of the zip opening. We need to reposition this pattern piece in the 3D window at this point. Don't wait until you've done all the sewing because it gets really messy in your 3D window. Right click on sewn pattern piece in the 3D window and choose superimpose under. Remember, you need transform pattern selected, not segment sewing, otherwise when you right click you don't get the selection you want. Pull out the outer waistband piece so you can see the layers of fabric. You may need to tilt the avatar a little for a useful view. Then repeat with the lower zip pocket opening and the other half of the pocket bag. Segment sew, shortcut A and right click in the 3D window superimpose under. Make sure all the layers are in the correct order, and then we need to sew the rest. Segment sew, select the sides, sew them together, and then select the bottom and sew them together. Remember to keep the sewing line straight. If you select the top edge sides to sew as they are, you'll get wrinkling around the edge of the zip pocket that doesn't look good. So add another set of points, just 5mm from the edge of the zip. Shortcut X, hover on the line, right click, so you can type in the measurements for accuracy. Do this on both pattern pieces and then segment sew up to the 5mm from the zip opening ending. This is the only part that isn't 100% as a garment would be produced, but it's close. Shortcut A and spacebar in the 3D window to render, and that's all done. If we open the zip pocket in the 3D window and drag the zip across a little and render again, you can see the pocket bag lining. To be able to move the zipper, you need to make sure the render button is not applied. Press on it to deselect. You can close it again by repeating these steps. This legging is available to buy in Clo Connect. See the link below. Next, we're going to move on to tops to go with our leggings. See you soon.